GM's decision to shut down the Gunsan plant is piling more misery on Korea's western port city, especially as this comes after the residents experienced their fair share of job losses when the world's biggest shipmaker packed up and left. Shin Se-min sheds light on how they are bracing for the devastating blows and why a long-term solution is crucial.
It's a grim new reality for Gunsan. Many were already struggling, but now they are likely going to go under if the U.S. auto giant makes good on its pullout decision. If a compromise is not reached with the South Korean government, the shutdown is projected to affect 50,000 people, the 15,000 employees, first and second-tier suppliers, as well as their families and other residents in the small city on Korea's western coast. Gunsan has had a rough time of it of late, with Hyundai Heavy Industries shutting down its shipyard in the city just last year.
GM facility accounts for nearly 6.5% of Jeollabuk-do province's economic output. Its departure would be even worse for this region than Hyundai leaving.
The bus drivers that ferry the GM workers to and from the factory say they are already looking for new jobs.
There's no way out. I have kids to support and debts to pay. I don't know what I'm going to do.
And it just doesn't end there. This relatively small industrial town of Gunsan is racked with uncertainty over fears that the economy will turn south due to some thousands of workers at risk of losing their jobs. Nearby shops and restaurants that mostly cater to GM workers are either slashing their operating hours or even just closing altogether.
예, 아침 8시부터 저녁 1시까지 했는데 손님이 없어요. 그래서 점심 장사만 해요. 이제는 놀아요. 이제는 한 6시에 조금.
The property market is in the doldrums as well. Newly built residential buildings sit vacant and have done so for weeks, months even. Responding to the crisis, President Moon Jae-in has ordered the government to designate Gunsan as an employment crisis area, calling for urgent measures to help local residents. The move comes as GM and government officials in Seoul continue to try and thrash out a deal to save the factory. However, the city of Gunsan, with its run-down buildings and empty streets, will need more than just a quick fix. The residents here are desperate for a long-term solution to help them overcome their economic woes. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.